Okay, so today's lesson is lesson number 1, logic and reasoning, set theory, and we're going to be looking at connecting words and or not. So the first thing that we got to take a look at in this lesson is, what is a statement? So our statement is going to be a sentence that's either true or false. That sentence may be judged true by one person or false by another. It's not a consideration, that's going to be an opinion. So when we're looking at a statement in math, we're really looking at, is it true or is it false? So let's take a look at a few examples here. So it says, consider the following. Well, okay, so we have the city of Vancouver is in the province of British Columbia. This statement is true, it's a fact. Vancouver is in BC. Now, the opposite of this is a false statement. So, for example, the city of Vancouver is on the planet Mars. Well, that's not true. That is false. Now, we're going to take a look at how these vary from the opinion side of a sentence. So, Vancouver is the best place in the world to live. Well, it's not really a statement in regards that this is someone's personal opinion. And then how do you get to Vancouver? Again, it's not a statement, this is a question. Okay, so let's take a look at question number 1, and we're going to come up with how to figure out if 4 is a prime number. So it says, determine whether each of the following is a statement. For each statement, list the truth value. The number 4 is a prime number. Okay, so is the number 4 a prime number? Well, if we remember back, our prime numbers are numbers that are only divisible by 1 and itself. So I can divide 4 by 2, so it's not a prime number. However, this is a statement, but it is false. Okay, driving a car is the best mode of transportation. Well, as soon as I said best mode of transportation, this is going to be an opinion, so it's not a statement. If you double an odd integer, then you get an even integer. So if I double, let's do a quick example here. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 is an odd integer, then I doubled it, I get 10. Well, that is true. So this statement is true. So there's our first example right there. So we had to know what a statement is. So a statement is either a sentence that has a truth value to it, being that it's either true or false, and we're looking that it's not an opinion. Okay, so let's move on to the next page now. So now we're going to take a look at something called negation. So the negation of a statement using the word not. Okay. Well, the negation of a statement is the exact opposite of a statement. So whenever we're making these, we're trying to make the exact opposite of what was said. So the counter of it. And a lot of the times we're going to use the word not, as it says right here. So it's going to often be used to help form our negation statements. So for example, one way to write a negation statement, well, let's take a look. The city of Vancouver is in the province of Alberta. That's not true. So how I could form this statement to make the negation statement make it true would be that the city of Vancouver is not in the province of Alberta. Okay, so note that the original statement was false while the negation statement is true. So the original one was the false one, and the second one where we put the not in, that creates a true statement. So now, in every case where the original statement is true, the negation statement will be false. And in every case where the original statement is false, the negation statement will be true. So you're always going to have the opposite effect whenever you're creating a negation statement. So the next part, we need to remember, this is really important. Let's actually highlight this part, because this is kind of our big idea here, is that a negation must always have the opposite truth value to the original statement. Okay, so let's take a look at our next example here. Example number 2. So it says, a student made the following statement. All triangles are isosceles. Okay, well, which of the statements below is the negation statement from above? I'm going to use the process of elimination to come up with this one. So, all triangles are isosceles. Okay, which one can it definitely not be? Well, this is not the opposite of what was said. All triangles are scalene or equilateral. That is not what we're looking for here. Okay, so we got a 50-50 shot at it now, and let's try to figure out the exact opposite of what was said. So all triangles are isosceles. All triangles are not isosceles. Well, that's not bad. However, the complete opposite, or the negation statement, would be not all triangles are isosceles. Right here. Let's try example number 3. Let's write our own now. It is 20 degrees Celsius outside. Well, the negation statement would be that it is not 20 degrees outside. It is not Saturday today. Well, it is Saturday today. That would be the negation statement for this one. Okay. The last thing that we need to look at are compounding statements. Well, compounding statements are going to use the words and, or. So what we're looking at now is we're going to try and combine two different statements together to make it either true or false, or include different sets of comments or truth to them. So a compound statement is a statement formed by combining two or more statements using the word and, or. So for example, it is 20 degrees outside and it is not Saturday today. It is 20 degrees outside, or it is not Saturday today. These are both compounding statements. We're putting two different parts together. So let's flip the page.